Imagine you are sailing across the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. You look through your spyglass and spot another ship in the distance. But as you get closer, something feels terribly wrong. The sails are torn, flapping wildly in the wind. The ship is moving erratically, you call out. But there is no answer. You board the vessel, only to find a perfectly undisturbed ship with a 6-month supply of food, untouched personal belongings, and hot tea still sitting on the table. But the crew, entirely gone, vanished into thin air. Welcome to the greatest unsolved mystery in maritime history. Today we are unraveling the enigma of the legendary ghost ship, the Mary Celeste. Our story begins on a crisp autumn day, November 7th, 1872. The Mary Celeste. A sturdy 282-ton brigantine set sail from New York Harbor bound for the beautiful coast of Genoa, Italy. At the helm is Captain Benjamin Briggs. A man widely respected, deeply experienced, and known for his cautious nature. This wasn't just a business trip for Captain Briggs. It was a family voyage. Accompanying him was his wife, Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia, and a seasoned, trustworthy crew of 7 sailors. In the ship's hold is a highly volatile cargo, 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. The weather was fair. The ship was in peak condition. There was absolutely zero reason to suspect that this routine voyage would soon become a nightmare. Fast forward nearly a month. It's December 5th, 1872. We are now 400 miles east of the Azores, in the middle of the ocean. Another vessel, the Dei Gratia, is cutting through the Atlantic. Its captain, David Morehouse, happens to be a personal friend of Captain Briggs. Through the ocean mist, Morehouse spots the Mary Celeste. Immediately, his sailor's intuition tells him something is dreadfully wrong. The ship is yawing, moving erratically. The sails are slightly torn. Morehouse signals his friend. Silence. No distress flags are flying. The deck is dead empty. Driven by a sinking feeling in his gut, Captain Morehouse dispatches a small boarding party to investigate. What the boarding party found is the stuff of nightmares. Not because of what was there, but because of what wasn't. The ship was completely abandoned. No Captain Briggs, no Sarah, no little Sophia, no crew. Yet the ship was completely unscathed. As the men ventured below deck, the eerie silence was deafening. The living quarters were in perfect order. The crew's valuable smoking pipes and clothing were left right where they belonged. Any sailor will tell you, a seaman does not leave his pipe behind unless he plans on coming right back. There was a 6-month supply of fresh food and water. They hadn't starved. But the boarding party noticed some chilling details. First, the ship's only lifeboat was gone. Second, the navigational instruments, the compass, and sextant, were missing. Third, a pump had been dismantled, and there was 3 feet of water in the hold. A totally manageable amount for a ship this size. And strangest of all, a thick frayed rope was found trailing behind the ship, dipping into the cold Atlantic water. The Dei Gratia crew sailed the ghost ship to Gibraltar, triggering a massive investigation. Piracy ruled out. The cargo and valuables were completely untouched. There was no sign of a struggle or blood. Mutiny. Highly unlikely. Briggs was beloved, and the crew had left their wages behind. For over a century, people have blamed giant squids, seaquakes, and even alien abduction. But today, the most grounded, scientifically plausible theory brings us back to what was in the ship's hold. Remember those 1,701 barrels of alcohol? Investigators found that 9 of them were entirely empty. Experts now believe those barrels leaked, filling the enclosed hold with highly explosive, toxic fumes. Imagine the terror. Captain Briggs smells the fumes. Fearing an imminent explosion that would blow his family and crew to pieces, he orders a temporary evacuation. They board the small lifeboat, grab the compass, and tie themselves to the Mary Celeste using that thick rope, intending to trail behind at a safe distance until the vapors clear. But then, tragedy strikes. The Atlantic is unforgiving. The rope snaps, or slips. The small lifeboat, completely at the mercy of the ocean, is left behind. The crew can only watch in absolute horror as the wind catches the sails of the Mary Celeste, carrying their empty ship, their only chance of survival, away forever. The captain, his family, and his crew were never seen again. Swallowed by the sea, leaving behind nothing but a ghost ship in a mystery that has haunted us for 150 years. Do you think they were victims of a tragic mistake? Or is there a darker secret aboard the Mary Celeste? Let me know your favorite theory down in the comments. If you loved unraveling this maritime mystery with me, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and follow for more true historical mysteries that will keep you up at night. Until next time, stay curious.